Hi guys! So today we're going to be doing a video on high school advice for freshmen, and we're going to be talking about our freshman experience and some good tips.
You have questions, we have answers. We are here to help you with your issues because we've been through it freshman year, and there's mistakes that I've made that I won't make again. There's good things I've learned, so I'm here to share it with you guys.
Yeah, so let's get started. Tip number 1, join clubs and sports. It's a great way to meet friends and gain social skills and meet other people in your school if you don't know a lot of people.
It also kind of helps build confidence.
Yeah, make sure that you have time to work on your homework after school, and if sports are in the way, then you should think about not doing a lot of sports.
Okay, so our second tip is have time limits and don't be consumed with social media or your electronics because it's a waste of time, honestly. You're not really necessarily benefiting from it after school when you're just doing homework or even during school. It's okay to be on it, just don't go overboard. I kind of waste a lot of time on it and I regret it because I could be doing other things that I need to be doing, but instead I'm kind of wasting time.
Okay, tip number 3 is to be confident.
Some people step over you, on you, so you gotta speak up for yourself, show them who's boss, and work it.
But really, you should not be afraid of what anyone else thinks, and just do you, be yourself.
Honestly, if it makes you happy, who cares then, right? Positive, stay happy.
Positive vibes.
Radiate positive vibes. So the fourth tip is relationships. Because obviously in high school, that's when guys suddenly become super hot and it's all about them. And honestly, that's definitely not a good idea to just kind of beg for a relationship or have only that be your main focus. Because really right now, guys aren't looking for anything serious, or at least most of them. And it's just a waste of time.
Yeah.
It's not even worth it, honestly.
And you should try and focus on school now because most of the time
you're not going to marry them anyway.
Yeah. So. These relationships probably won't last very far. Just focus on school for now, and if you can handle a relationship, then you can go ahead and do it, but don't commit to it and kind of make that your only priority.
So
there's enlightening.
Yeah. There's this thing where you start talking to a guy, if you guys don't know yet, you probably do that, flirting to the point where you're probably gonna date, it's just really time consuming to get a guy to like you.
Yeah.
It's not really worth it because you put a lot of effort into getting noticed and show them what you're looking for and what you want from them.
So now we're going to move into academics and organization tips. So tip number 5, use a planner.
Wait, hold on.
Tip number 5. Whoa, yes.
Go.
Use a planner or organization folder, such as an accordion folder. This is really helpful in getting your classes organized and remembering the homework that you need for each class, because most people think that they'll remember that night, but usually after they go through all of their classes, they end up forgetting what's due the next day.
What I found myself doing a lot too was if they usually give you rubrics anyway, so write the due dates, put them in order in a folder as to when they're due. I don't know, I found it really efficient that way, and keeps you also remembering what's due.
Make sure to keep all of your assignments at least until the end of the year. But I would try and keep them for your entire high school career because assignments and projects that you do in freshman year, they're important to help you study on for the SATs. I would just keep all of your work in some sort of organization.
Yeah, hang on to it in a separate folder at home or something in a locker, but you don't necessarily probably need to be carrying it around.
So just keep it at home until you think you might need it to study off of later.
So number 6 is all about due dates, which I guess we kind of covered in the last one a little bit. But again, I kind of just write it down everywhere and organize it that way so I can look back on them periodically. But I would also make sure if like your teacher has somewhere where like all these assignments are posted, make sure you take a picture of them like daily or weekly. Just because teachers always change things and sometimes they're just have a lot on their mind, they can't really remember to like tell you about it. So by the time things are changed and done and you stressed about it, it's like, oh, don't worry about it, it's due next week anyway. Well, thank you. But also what I had to do a lot in one of my classes especially was you have to ask all the time about due dates. When is this assignment due? What are we doing for this assignment? Because she would change things. Just make sure you're kind of also looking out for yourself that way.
Tip number 7.
It's like 14, that's okay.
This one is actually probably the most helpful tip I can give you. Like, have a group of friends that have a good mindset about school and will work on homework and do the work.
We don't necessarily mean like nerds. I don't want to say nerds, but like, you know what I mean, you know what I mean.
Make friends with students that are dedicated to doing their work.
Yeah, like they like to have fun, but they also know what's important and when it's time to have fun and when it's time to be serious about school.
Yeah.
They help keep you on track.
Yeah.
It's sometimes you might lose sight of what's really important if you hang out with different people that don't have the right mindset, and then you kind of become like them and get careless. So it's just always good to have someone that can keep you on the right path.
Yeah, they're like a positive influence, and it's almost
my influence.
Yeah. It's kind of like peer pressure, but in a good way for school. You can also ask them about, what's due the next day, or like how to do the homework, or like any questions on the homework you can just ask.
Sometimes I kind of find it like with my friends, like be competitive about it. Honestly, like I don't know why I kind of like that. Like I'm gonna try to beat you to get a better grade on that test. Kind of makes me want to do better, I guess, like pushes me. So our next number 8, is about being a good student in class. This is not necessarily directed to grades. This is like in class kind of thing,
It helps your academics.
Yeah. Obviously, don't be talking when you're not supposed to. I mean, it doesn't really help anyone. I mean, be focused. Don't just like sit there in class and vegetate for no reason. Like I cannot stand the people that just sit there with a blank stare on their face. Like, pay attention. You're here to learn, right? You wanna.
And participation is really important if you want the teacher to like you.
It's also a really good idea to become close with your teachers. Like, they don't obviously don't have to be your best friends, but it's good to have someone that like you can talk to and they can, I don't know, just be friendly with them, because if things happen, because I know sometimes they do, and like you need an extension for like a due date and stuff, if you're obviously participating in class and they know that you're working and that you try to get things done, they're gonna want to work with you.
Tip number 9, check your grades online. It helps you know like what classes you need to put more effort into, what assignments you need to do if they're missing, and assignments that may be graded incorrectly by your teacher, because you want your grade to be correct.
But don't hate on them either if they get it wrong. Like, I'm pretty sure they didn't do it on purpose. They have a lot of kids. Sometimes a 0 might forget to happen there. Say nicely, they'll change it, obviously.
Yeah, they should change it as long as you're respectful and nice about it, and you talk to them at an appropriate time. Now on to balancing your schedule after school or
even during school time. A tip that I've learned to have to use a lot, tip 10, which is my favorite. Just kidding, it's not my favorite, but definitely do your homework. I know a lot of people that do it as soon as they get home. Personally, I don't really do that. I kind of wait like an hour, maybe. But if I have like volleyball, then I just eat, then do homework. Because I mean, I don't really have time if I have volleyball after school, but making sure you get it done as soon as possible is really helpful. So if you wait to do homework until like 10 at night, you're probably gonna be up to like 1, especially if you're really hard classes. Just get it over with, and then you can have like the rest of the day for free time, right?
And if you do your homework as soon as you get home, you're still kind of in that mood where you want to work.
Yeah.
Versus if you relax for like 2 or 3 hours, you're not going to want to work again. You're just going to want to sleep.
What I was also going to say about that is to make sure that you work efficiently with your homework. Like if you're struggling with it, I mean, you should go back later, honestly, because you don't want to waste an hour figuring out how to do it. If you could just do something else, then go back. Get it over with fast and efficiently. 11!
Tip 11. Work on as much homework as you can in class when it's appropriate. So like not during a lesson or during other work. Or when you work on other work in class, it actually saves you a lot of time. So you don't have to do homework when you get home. Actually, we have a class that's dedicated to like studying and working. It's called Instructional Intervention. And we can basically just work on our homework during that period of time. So if you have one of those classes, it's really important to work on as much as you can.
Take advantage of it, don't just waste it. Another thing about that though is if like you're in math class, you probably don't want to be doing like English homework. If your class is really hard, you don't want to just be doing other homework. But I know a lot of teachers anyway, they threaten to take away your work and throw it away and whatnot. So just make sure you do it at the right times. Tip 12. Go on social media after homework. In fact, turn off your phone, iPod, whatever.
Laptop.
Yes, because I mean, they're very tempting. Every time I hear a notification go off, I have to check it. There's no way I can just continue doing whatever I'm doing.
And if you keep your phone off while you're doing homework, then you can just get focused and you don't have to worry about any other distractions.
But I know if you need to use it, apparently, just make sure that you're not going on Tumblr and Twitter and Instagram. Actually be doing your work. It's not good.
Tip 13. You should set alarms or use a schedule app to help you do what needs to be done. And this is actually really helpful when you want to go to bed at a certain time or when you have like sports or appointments and whatnot. You can give yourself like 2 hours to do your homework.
Yeah.
And then you can give yourself like other times to work on other things or, you know, watch TV. And it really helps you to organize your schedule out and just do what needs to be done.
Especially putting due dates in your phone. Surprisingly, that actually helps a lot too, so that's another idea. Tip 14. Set up a bedtime every day. Don't be staying up till like 2 in the morning just because texting. You know, I mean, besides your friend probably needs to sleep too, right? I wake up at 5 every morning, 5:30, to get up for school because I have like a 0 hour. So it's kind of hard if I go to sleep at like 2 because there's no way I'll survive the day. I wouldn't even want to wake up in the morning. You're gonna just die the next day, and then you're gonna take a nap when you get home, and then you're not gonna do your homework. It's gonna happen again.
And make sure you get about 8 to 10 hours of sleep every night, and that is actually really hard for teenagers because we have a lot of stuff we want to do, but it's important to try and at least get 8 hours of sleep every night so you can be ready for the next day.
I know that I stay up a lot later than I should, mainly because of my devices, my electronics. They're so tempting, and then I mean, drama goes down at night. You want to be there for it. But it's not even worth it. Just go to bed on time and you can chat about it all day at school.
Tip number 15. Don't procrastinate. And this is the tip I struggle with the most because I always procrastinate on everything I do, even sleep. I even procrastinate on going to sleep. It's really bad. Work on your homework as soon as you get home, like we said, but also work on big projects early and in advance because you're not going to want to do it at the last minute.
And besides, rushed work is never good work. Okay, I know some people somehow are skilled at that, but for a lot of you guys, rushed work is not going to get you where you need to go. It doesn't have to be all at once, finish it, just do like in portions even. If you have a summer assignment, don't wait till like the last week. It doesn't do you any good. You're going to be stressed and school hasn't even started yet. Don't even be frightened. Honestly, I like it so much better than middle school. Just make sure you have fun with it, enjoy it, live it. It's just so much fun.
You're going to be happy that you studied in school and that you did really well, so you got into a good college, a good job.
Because I mean, partying till like 3 in the morning, does that give you a good job? No. It doesn't help you with anything. You're not gonna get into college anywhere, you're gonna work at McDonald's.
Yeah, you don't want to work at McDonald's.
Don't do that.
So these are the 15 tips to your high school success, and if you follow all of these tips, I promise you'll do really well in school and you'll probably get all A's because
it helps a lot, honestly.
Yeah, it really does.
It's worth it.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed our video, and
if you could find these relatable or useful in your life, please like
and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos from us because we're putting out a lot more videos soon, and we're doing more for our back to school series. Signing off live from Lindsay's room. Peace. Bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
This chocolate.